Hello and welcome back to the third installment, I believe, of this little series where I am painting backgrounds. I was a little unsure about this when I finished recording it because I realized there isn't a lot of, um, I suppose, shading or lighting. In this one it's kind of pretty flat, which is why I almost did not finish this video or decide to post it, but I thought I'd post it anyway because it turned out quite nice and I quite like it personally, even though it's pretty grey. It's of mountains in kind of very misty, rainy, gloomy atmosphere. And I suppose what I was really practicing in this was layering and trying to get depth of background figured out. And really like making sure that all the colours worked well together. I think they worked a little too well together because sometimes when I was looking at the finished product it seemed, like I said, a bit all too grey, but I suppose it's something I've learned from. Although I suppose for some effects you do want all of the colours to look very much the same. This is really based off memory, from like my personal memory of seeing mountains which are quite foggy in a rainy kind of atmosphere, and I really enjoy that personally. I love seeing that kind of view. So I was really just trying to remember what that looked like to me and what I enjoyed about it most. And it was really quite inspired from me playing Skyrim as well, by Bethesda, the Elder Scrolls game Skyrim. Because I just have a lot of fond memories of that game, and I love the atmosphere that it gives you when you're exploring the wilderness and you're hiking up the mountains in all your armor, and it works on giving you such a nice, believable atmosphere that it's really cold and inhospitable, but it's also very beautiful, and I suppose that's what I was trying to capture during this one. Like, making it look kind of dreary and a little sad, but also interesting and beautiful in its own way. And I really like how the grass made an effect in this. I nearly didn't put the grass in, and I mean, I really make all of these pictures up as I go along. I don't have a set plan, and I think that's what's the most challenging bit about this is, like I've stated in my previous videos, I rarely ever paint backgrounds ever, so this is a real first time kind of exploration of my own art that I'm doing. As you can see here, I'm trying to put in little flowers. I actually was struggling for a while here to figure out whether I wanted flowers in this or not, but I decided in the end to add a little bit of contrast to all of the green and brown colours. I mean, even the brownish looking rocks and stuff here, they're still in a green colour scheme. So if you put them next to a brighter green, they would look very, they look very brown because they're in a grey scale. But yeah, I like how the flowers turned out in this. I also tried adding in a little dragon, as you can see here, and this one I struggled a fair bit with because it was really difficult to make it look three-dimensional within the painting, because it seemed to have a problem just looking too flat, and I think, in my opinion, I'm very picky. I feel like the whole picture turned out a little flat for my liking. Nothing looked as three-dimensional as I wanted it to, so I'll study further into that. But you'll see I mess around a lot with this dragon until I get it to look how I want it to. And this is just another pointer to the whole picture being quite inspired by Skyrim and its landscapes, because you often see when you're playing the dragons flying in the background against the mountains and the clouds, and it's so beautiful. I love seeing that, and it's why I love the game so much. It's so immersive. You see, I tried to cover it with clouds a bit to make it look like it belonged within the environment, and it just didn't seem to work out. I also struggled with the perspective of the wings too, how I wanted them to look, and it was a real struggle. I very rarely struggle this much with a detail, but yeah. I think I ended up doing something similar to how Smaug looks in one of Tolkien's original drawings of him, I believe, with the wing perspective. And that's it. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I know it wasn't as amazing as I would have liked it to be, but leave it for the next one, where I think I'll study a bit more about lighting values in the painting. Maybe I'll do something like a sunset, or I don't know, something like that. Leave your feedback in the comments because I really do appreciate it, and thank you very much. See you in the next video. Oh, and a quick thank you to my 14 subscribers.